In a world where oversharing has become the norm, where every thought and moment is broadcasted across the digital landscape, there's a profound power in silence that's often overlooked. Today, we delve into the Stoic art of discretion, a practice that not only preserves personal dignity but also fortifies one's security. Imagine the untold strength found in the quiet corners of introspection, the resilience built in the silent moments of self-reflection. This isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about choosing wisdom over the fleeting satisfaction of revelation. In this video, we will navigate through the 10 sacred subjects that the Stoics believed should remain unspoken. These are not just arbitrary topics. They are the keystones of a fortress where your innermost aspirations are safeguarded. The Stoicorum isn't just a gathering, it's a sanctuary, where we learn that true strength often comes from the battles fought and won within the confines of our own minds. From the sands of ancient arenas to the digital forms of today, the spillage of secrets has been the undoing of many. But why? And which secrets hold the power to uplift or destroy? Join us as we explore the discipline of silence that has shielded the wise through the ages, and how, in the quietude of your own company, you can cultivate a life of peace and progress. Stay with us until the end, as each secret unfolds into the next, forming an arc of wisdom that the Stoics lived, and that you can live too. The first pillar of discretion we explore is the temptation of excessive comfort. It's a human inclination to pursue comfort, but there's profound wisdom in resisting the urge to push every foray beyond our comfort zones. When we share our challenges, we inadvertently shift our focus from self-improvement to seeking external validation. Stoicism, at its core, is about nurturing internal growth rather than basking in the glow of external applause. Let's look at a simple everyday example: embarking on a new fitness regimen. In today's connected world, it's tempting to post every workout on social media, looking for likes and encouragement. However, Stoicism invites us to question this impulse. Why do we feel the need to publicize our progress? Are we truly seeking personal improvement, or do we crave recognition? Consider Alexander the Great, who sought out the discomfort of unfamiliar territories, not for the accolades, but to keep his spirit sharp and his purpose clear. Likewise, when we face our personal challenges, like following that fitness plan, without fanfare, we forge our determination and resilience in the silent crucible of experience. By facing our challenges in solitude, we allow ourselves space to grow. Like mountains that are shaped over time, invisible to the eyes of the world, our silent struggles leave deep marks of strength and character within us. This is the essence of Stoic practice, finding value in the journey, regardless of who is watching. Navigating the choppy waters of personal grievances is a task we all face. Stoicism doesn't instruct us to ignore these grievances, but to process them with a level of introspection that leads to inner harmony and self-control. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting, and frustration is mounting. In this moment, you have a choice. Vent your irritation to every willing or unwilling ear, or turn inward, recognizing that the traffic, like your irritation, is outside your control. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously said that it's not the situations themselves that upset us, but our opinions of them. When we share our grievances, we often reinforce our frustrations and invite others to co-sign our discontent, turning a personal irritation into a shared drama. This not only perpetuates negativity, but also subtly seeks others' validation for our reactions. Instead, Stoicism invites us to conserve our energy by resolving these issues internally. Take the traffic scenario. If we choose to reflect on why the delay angers us, we might find that it's not the traffic itself, but our reaction to it that's within our control. By keeping this grievance to ourselves, we practice self-mastery and prevent our personal disquiet from becoming public spectacle. This silent introspection allows us to approach the situation with a clear mind, perhaps using the unexpected time to listen to a podcast or an audiobook, transforming a moment of frustration into an opportunity for growth. This is the Stoic way, finding tranquility within the storm, turning inward to cultivate resilience and peace. The third confidential subject is your heart's silent desires. These are the tender shoots of aspiration that sprout within us, delicate and easily trampled by the weight of public scrutiny. Stoicism teaches us to nurture these dreams in the private garden of our souls, away from the potentially crippling opinions of others. By keeping them close, we allow our desires the time they need to take deep root and grow strong in the fertile soil of silent contemplation. Consider Socrates, a paragon of ancient wisdom, who left no written record of his dreams or desires. His choice to keep his deepest aspirations tacit serves as a powerful lesson in the power of internal reflection. His life's work and his legacy were built on the foundations of thought and dialogue, not on declarations of personal ambition. Imagine that you have the dream of writing a novel. If you declare this dream to the world prematurely, you may be besieged by doubts and criticism, or worse, you may link your motivation to the fickle reactions of others. Instead, by cherishing this particular dream, you give it space to evolve without the distortion of outside voices. You write for the love of writing, not for public praise or approval. In the silent desires of your heart, there is a power that is uniquely yours. Like Socrates, who influenced generations through the depth of his thought rather than the breadth of his published works, you too can find profound strength in the silent nurturing of your dreams. This Stoic silence is not a void. It is a canvas of possibilities where your deepest aspirations can paint your future with traces of quiet determination and resilience. The fourth secret we must keep is the whispers of self-doubt. These insidious whispers can emerge at the moment of every significant decision, questioning our abilities and clouding our judgment. The Stoic approach is not to amplify these doubts by expressing them, but to confront and calm them within the fortress of our own minds. Imagine you are about to go on stage to give a speech. The audience is vast, the lights are bright, and the whispers of doubt begin their sly intrusion. Are you really prepared? What if you fail? Stoicism does not deny these doubts. Instead, it offers a strategy to disarm them. It teaches us that it is not the expectant faces or the stage that disturb us, but our own internal dialogue. In the solitude of your mind, face these doubts as a philosopher would, with reason and introspection. This is where personal understanding flourishes, serving as an antidote to the poison of doubt. The Stoic finds strength not in the assurances of the crowd, but in the grounded confidence that comes from within. By keeping the whispers of doubt private, we prevent them from gaining traction. We prevent them from becoming a chorus that drowns out our inner wisdom. Instead, we listen, we reason, and we overcome. In this way, our doubt transforms from an enemy that paralyzes into a challenge that strengthens, forging a self-confidence that is unshakable, because it is entirely ours. The fifth confidential matter is your personal progress. The path to self-improvement is deeply personal, much like the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly, which occurs out of sight within the confines of a cocoon. Stoic philosophy, as passed down by thinkers like Seneca, emphasizes the importance of living a good life rather than merely advertising it. In a time when the minutiae of everyday life is often broadcast for public consumption, the Stoic practice of reflection becomes increasingly crucial. Consider the journey of learning a new language. It's a process full of small victories and setbacks, each step building on the last. If we shared every little advance or stumble, we might become more focused on how those updates are received than on the learning itself. The Stoics advised us to savor these moments in private, allowing the intrinsic satisfaction of progress to be our reward, rather than the passing praise of others. When we choose to share our milestones, it shouldn't be out of a hunger for validation, but out of a search for true connection with others. Perhaps after months of silent dedication, you will have a conversation in the new language. Sharing this achievement can inspire others and create genuine bonds through shared experiences and aspirations. By treating our personal progress as sacred, we allow it to be a source of inner strength and confidence. We become like the butterfly, which does not boast of its transformation, but simply spreads its wings and flies. The sixth secret we keep is the silent battles you are fighting. Each person is the guardian of their own saga, full of challenges and triumphs that often remain unspoken. These private wars, although invisible, shape the contours of our character. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught us that our power lies not in the events that happen to us, but in our responses to them. Imagine you are facing a difficult decision at work that could shape the trajectory of your career. This internal conflict is a silent battle, where the cry of doubt and the whispers of courage collide. Stoicism does not advocate a stoic silence that denies expression, but rather an insightful silence that empowers. It's about knowing when to share and who to trust with your vulnerabilities. Not all ears are equipped to hear the depth of your struggles, and not all hearts are equipped to offer the sanctuary of understanding. There is a profound strength in navigating some of these battles in the quiet recesses of your soul, where the only witness is the resilience of your spirit. By sharing selectively, we are not repressing our struggles. We are honoring them. We are recognizing that some aspects of our journey are sacred, and that the true measure of our resilience is not how loudly we talk about our battles, but how quietly we carry them and emerge victorious, ready to face the world with the wisdom they have. I transmitted. The seventh guarded treasure is your vulnerabilities and weaknesses. These are the weak points of our being, the raw and unprotected aspects of our psyche that require safeguarding, not from a place of shame, but for preservation and personal work. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes the importance of perception, teaches us that it is not our vulnerabilities themselves that impact us, but rather the way we perceive and address them. Consider the act of learning to swim. Vulnerability in water is not just a physical state, but also a mental challenge. Sharing this fear with everyone can generate unsolicited advice and judgment, potentially exacerbating the fear. However, acknowledging this fear in a private, controlled environment allows for a focused and deliberate approach to overcoming it. Historical figures provide us with narratives that illustrate this principle. Abraham Lincoln, for example, recognized his melancholic disposition, but channeled it into empathy and a deep connection with ordinary people. Julius Caesar, on the other hand, was open about his trust in the people around him, which ultimately led to his dismissal. Both men knew their vulnerabilities. The way they managed them set the course of their legacies. By recognizing our vulnerabilities in the silence of our own company, we have space to work on them thoughtfully and intentionally. This does not mean that we should never share our weaknesses. Rather, we must do so with discernment and with those who provide a supportive and constructive environment. In doing so, we transform our vulnerabilities from potential liabilities into catalysts for growth and strength. Just as Lincoln's empathy became the cornerstone of his leadership. The eighth kept secret is your future plans. In the tapestry of life, our future plans are the threads not yet woven. Revealing them prematurely can cause burnout. Stoicism teaches us the art of keeping our cards close to our chest, not by mistake, but by a dignified discretion that allows our intentions to remain pure and undisguised by the cacophony of public opinion. Imagine you are planning a significant career change. Conveying this intention before it is fully formed is like opening the door to a room where a painting is not yet complete. Other people's opinions and doubts can change the colors, alter the vision, and even interrupt the process entirely. Historical lessons abound with the consequences of the plans revealed. Napoleon Bonaparte's ambitions were well known, and his adversaries used this knowledge to their advantage. On the other hand, Howard Hughes's enigmatic approach to business ventures kept competitors guessing and often one step behind. By keeping your future plans to yourself, you create strategic protection. You allow yourself the flexibility to pivot, adjust, and refine your strategy without the pressure of external expectations. It's not about isolation. It's about the freedom to develop your plans to their fullest potential. Stoicism does not ask us to walk our path in silence, but to choose carefully when and with whom we share the map of our journey. In the quiet contemplation of our plans, we find the space to make them grow with intention, away from the noise that can distract or dissuade us. This is the power of strategic silence, a stoic shield in pursuing our ambitions. The ninth intimate detail is your personal achievements and successes. The sweet taste of victory is often more potent when savored in the stillness of one's own mind. Stoicism advises us to find contentment in self-recognition rather than the fickle applause of the masses. The joy derived from internal validation is a flame that burns continually, unlike the fleeting spark of external praise. Consider the personal milestone of reaching a fitness goal. While it is tempting to seek external validation through sharing this achievement, Stoic practice would make us reflect on the journey and the strength we have cultivated along the way. This introspection solidifies achievement as part of our character, not just a momentary badge of honor. The story of Icarus serves as a cautionary myth. His desire for recognition propelled him too close to the sun, leading to his death. His story reminds us that seeking external validation can be a dangerous escape. In contrast, Stoicism teaches us to soar high on the wings of humility, to appreciate our successes as personal improvements rather than public spectacles. By valuing our achievements privately, we are not diminishing their value. We are delving deeper into this. We recognize that the true reward of any success is not in the praise received, but in the personal growth experienced. This Stoic appreciation forms an unshakable foundation for future achievement, built not on the sands of others' opinions, but on the foundation of self-respect and humility. The 10th and final sanctuary of silence is the gentle ebb and flow of your emotions. Our emotional life is a rich, ever-changing seascape, with waves that can either gently lap against the shores of our consciousness or crash over us with overwhelming force. In the Stoic tradition, there is merit in navigating these waters with a measured grace. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, provides a template for this, showcasing the Stoic ideal of processing emotions with a reflective, inward focus. Imagine you're feeling a surge of joy or a wave of sadness. The contemporary tide encourages us to share these feelings in real time, to ride the wave of instant expression. Yet there is a profound strength in allowing these emotions to breathe, to ebb and flow within the private coves of our being before we choose to share them, if at all. This isn't about suppression, it's about understanding. It's about giving ourselves the time to fully experience our emotions, to learn from them, and to let them inform our actions with wisdom rather than haste. When we do share, it's with intention and clarity, not as a knee-jerk response to their initial swell. By affording ourselves this space, we can approach our emotional life like Marcus Aurelius, with the calm detachment of a philosopher king. We allow ourselves the privacy to understand our emotions, to see them for what they are, passing states, not defining characteristics. And when we share, it's with the poise of one who has fully inhabited their emotional landscape and can now speak from a place of serene authority. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Stoic secrets of silence. Your presence and attention to the end signify not just curiosity, but a true dedication to personal growth and wisdom. As we part ways, I invite you to turn your gaze to the final screen. Here, you'll discover the key to cultivating an unbreakable focus, a skill that will serve you well as you apply the principles we've explored together. Remember, the path of Stoicism is one of action as much as contemplation. May the strength you've gained from these teachings guide you to a life of tranquility and resilience. Until next time, continue to nurture the silence within, and let your focus be as steadfast as the ancient wisdom that has brought us together today.